What's up, Blue Chips? 2 trades today, one on VIVO, one on ARNC. Let's get to it. Lightspeed is great. Used it for close to 2.5 years, but I missed DOS a lot. Gotcha. Yeah, DOS is definitely my favorite. It's kind of why I'm looking to go to IB when I eventually get there. However, the frustrating part is I really wish somebody had a trading matrix like TradeStation. It would make my life so much easier trying to find, instead of having to use my calculator all the time, I could literally just use a trading matrix. It has everything right there on it, as far as like dollar amounts and stuff like that. So when I get into a trade and I hit my ad, I have to take my average and I have to divide my share size into my risk amount, which will give me the amount of cents from my average that would either stop me out or be take profit. And it'll get even more difficult if I'm doing 2-to-1, because then, I mean, I obviously can times it by 2 in my head. But if I had the trading matrix like TradeStation has, I could easily just boom, right? I can just do it right there on the matrix. But instead, I have to not only do the math via a calculator as the price action is happening, but then I have to come over here and put a range order in and all that good stuff. What is a good amount of money to typically day trade with? I always say that I never recommend that anyone start with less than 2,500, just because that way you can kind of handle the swings. Yeah, I would say 12K is plenty. I mean, I would trade on paper a little bit because day trading is definitely different than swing trading and long-term trading. So I would maybe get a demo account somewhere and practice for a little bit before you decide to try to jump in. Really not happy with this trade at all. The spread on this thing is just nuts. EMPHCGC. I was just going to say if this reclaims 13, I might just take it off. We're just going to take it off there, break even. This thing is just grinding. Not a huge fan of it grinding. Let me go get him some applesauce beer back. Yeah, and there it goes. See, that just comes from kind of experience of reading charts and just reading the level 2 and seeing how it's trading. You could kind of tell that it kept getting bought up. They were just kind of collecting liquidity right there under 13, and we never really got a drop. I mean, the lowest we got was 1284. Yes, this is very quick. Not a good stock to short right now the way it is moving. Yeah. I mean, again, you can short anything. I kind of FOMO'd into that. That's kind of why I wasn't hesitant to snap it at break even when it reclaimed 13. Just because if it does something like reclaim 13, you're most likely going to get the pop that it got, and you can't predict that it's going to get shoved right back down. Unfortunately, we would have got our fill if we would have just held on through that. But to me, there's no point in holding on, hoping it's a fake out like it was. And to be quite honest, I'm not really upset with the trade overall. Just kind of sucks that the spread, I mean, again, these spreads kind of keep you from trading the way you want sometimes. So yeah, we got shoved down and it got bought right back up, and this thing's just kind of chopping now. So now you got the topping tail. So now everything's kind of pointing to this thing going down. But now this isn't our trade, right? This isn't on the scanners. This is not an intense move anymore. We aren't really that extended, so there's really no reason for us to be looking at it. This is one of them ones where if I wouldn't have started it where I did and we got the pop through high of day up to 1350, I would have been in this again. And we would have, again, if you remember earlier, the idea is we would have added on the way back down through 1350 looking for exactly this move. So a little unfortunate, but again, it kind of faked us out. We're just going to move on. It happens. I mean, it ended up breaking even before commissions, so it'll obviously be a red trade after commissions, which kind of sucks. And we are, again, if you guys are new here, I'm Tim for Volatility Trading. We are attempting a new strat this morning. It's the same principles as it's the same intensity strat. We're actually just trying to give ourselves a take profit, and like we're putting a 1-to-1 risk reward on each trade. But both of my trades this morning, VIVO, and ARNC. The spreads on these were horrible, and we missed our ad on ARNC, and then as it was coming back down, the spread just got really big, and it kept us out of it. So we didn't really get to follow our plan on either of these trades, which is a little disappointing. But it's the first day, kind of feeling it out, and I'm not going to be too upset, because that's the whole reason we stepped down in share size and our risk overall, is so that we can We can learn this without risking too much, right? It's essentially paper trading, but keeping the skin in the game so that you don't just, hit the button for no reason, because, people that are paper trading tend to get in the trades that they wouldn't normally get into. And that's why, even if you're using super small share size, the fact that it's still real money, even if it's a little amount, it still kind of holds you accountable a little bit. So it's kind of what we were going after this morning. A lot of fake out type stuff today. And of course, now the spread is 1-2 cents. That was a pretty awesome move there at the open. Not going to lie. Just sad that we missed our ad 30.48. We just wanted that quick 50 pop, got a little greedy with it. I mean, we got in at 30.09. So the fact that it went right to 30.50, we didn't want to just add right before it. And then, because then if it popped through, there's a good chance we might have got stopped out because our shares were all in under that 30.50 area. So if we would have got that popped to like 30.70, I'm not sure of the math. I'd have to go back and check, but it looks like we could have gotten stopped out there. So that's why I was waiting for that 30.50 pop to just let these original shares kind of ride a little bit, looking for the pop to get our average up a lot more and really look for this move back down, which we ultimately did get. So it's a little frustrating that we didn't get that ad. We were kind of stuck in limbo there, right in the middle. And the same thing kind of happened with VIVO. VIVO, we pretty much top ticked this thing, but it did not want to break down. And it wasn't that extended, which is what kind of had me worried. Like, look at this extension versus ARNC. Look how extended that looked at the time, right? I mean, obviously VWAP shot right back up with it, but in the moment, this had already been through its course a little bit, and it was just kind of grinding higher. And it kind of felt like it was going to do the exact same thing here. And it tried to get under 13 and hold under 13 for quite a while, for almost this entire 4 minutes. And then it just, once it reclaimed 13, we jumped out. It jumped all the way up to 13.31, then got stuffed all the way back down to 12.67. And then it went all the way back up to 13.22. The spread on this thing was just crazy. And then as you can see, it finally chose to go down. So kind of makes us look stupid, but if you watch this thing live, you realize that, we actually got in before this bottom wick was even here. It actually shot up after we got out, so it made it look like we were right. And who knows, this thing could have went up through 13.50, up to 14, and kind of consolidated up there before continuing even higher. Like, we don't know what it's going to do, and it could have made us look like a genius by exiting our position there. But unfortunately, it made us look stupid today because it decided to go the other way. My P&L for the day is not very big, but again, we're starting new. So $6.15 is our green P&L. So after commissions, will be pretty much break even. It'll be a little bit, or like $2. So a little frustrating. But again, we're starting small. Ben, I don't know if you were here earlier. We started something new today. The strat is the same. The intensity strat is still there for the entry. Like, we're still trying to feel out that first entry. So we decided try to scale in if it takes 2 trades, whether we get the first entry on the front side and then the second entry on the back side, or at the top, assuming it's the top, or we hit the top with the first trade and then look to add on the back side. So unfortunately, that didn't happen on either of our trades today. So that was a little bit frustrating. Both of our trades today, it got really spready on us, kind of got caught in limbo on both of them, and we just didn't really feel comfortable in them. So I think I'm still at fault with myself here, right? I took the trade. I didn't accept the risk of $25. Both of these would have worked 1-to-1 if I would have let them play out, right? If I would have accepted the risk of $25 on both sides, both of these would have worked out. But I didn't. I came up with the excuse that they were too spready to get my ads. I came up with an excuse of why to take profits. So I hope you guys are seeing a pattern here that I have an issue with accepting the risk. Hey man, I'm planning to open a CMEG account, but I heard they don't have shorts available. Is that right? Well, I'm with CMEG and really all I do is short. So I'm going to say that wherever you heard that is incorrect. I mean, look, these two stocks that I'm looking at right now, VIVO and ARNC, you can see that they're both shortable. I got into this right over that 30 pop. This was a really nice move here at the beginning of the day, right at the bell. Unfortunately, we kind of got caught in limbo. We were looking for this to go through 30.50. I did not accept my risk that I was looking to accept, and we ended up kind of taking profits a little bit early, all because I am just coming up with excuses at this point. It is very frustrating, and I caught myself live on stream. So as you can see, I have excuses, right? I caught myself during the stream this morning, and I couldn't be more happy with myself. For some reason, I am failing to accept risk, and as we go over to VIVO here, you will see the same thing happen. We got one entry. We did not accept the risk when it decided to come back up through 13 and fake us out at 13.31. Did not get an ad like we had planned for every single one of our trades, looking for that 1-to-1 risk reward. And we ended up stopping out as it reclaimed 13, and look at what it did. Again, this would not have hit us for our stop, and we would have hit our profit target both times, right? So we left a lot of money on the table, all because we decided not to accept the risk today. I cannot talk. I'm still not feeling 100%, so there is that. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're here. Always appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support, guys. There's always ways to make money. You just got to find them. So I always say, it's the beauty of the market. I can make money one way. You can make money the exact opposite way, right? It's the beauty of it. As long as you can find that one setup that really works, master it. That's all I can say. Just master that setup. In most cases, in all market conditions, if you can find that one setup that works and you can master it, that's the idea. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, traders, that was my 2 trades. The one on ARNC, I'm not sure if I explained it very well during the live trade, but again, as always, you can go back and watch these on the live stream if you want to check them out.